Welcome to my channel Priyanka's Learn It Well. In today's episode of Data Structures and Algorithm, I would be taking up circularly linked list. Till now, we have covered the singly linked list, and to further to this episode, I'll be taking up the doubly linked list. Thank you for keeping up with my channel, and if you're new to my channel, do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for all the notifications from Priyanka's Learn It Well. Let's start with today's episode. A normal singly linked list has its last node carrying a null pointer. To further improve the processing, one may replace the null pointer in the last node with the address of the first node in the list. Such a list is known as circularly linked list. As shown in the figure, the data n, that is the last node's next pointer, is pointing to the first node, that is data 1. Such a representation is for a circularly linked list. Let us now talk about the advantages of the circularly linked list. In the real-life application, when we consider our personal computers or systems where multiple applications are running, circular linked list can see its implementation. All the running applications are kept in a circular linked list, and the operating system gives a fixed time slot to all for running. The operating system keeps on iterating over the linked list until all the applications are completed. The next most important advantages pertains to the accessibility of a node. One can access any node from a given node due to the circular movement permitted by the links. One has to merely loop through the links to reach a specific node from a given node. In circular linked list, to delete a node X, one need not specify the predecessor as we had seen in the case of singly linked list. It can simply be accomplished by a simple circular search through the list before the deletion of the node X. Circular linked list can also be used to create circular queue. In a queue, we have to keep two pointers, front and rear, in memory all the time. Whereas in circular linked list, the best part is only one pointer is required. The concept of queues will be covered in the forthcoming episodes of Data Structures and Algorithms. To set up an empty list, that is a circularly linked list, we have to declare all the user-defined functions, define a node structures with two members, data and next, define a node pointer head, and we have to set it to null. We have to implement the main method by displaying the operations menu and making suitable function calls in the main method to perform user-selected operations. The operations can vary from insertion, deletion, and display. The figure on the left-hand side shows a depiction of the empty circular linked list where the next of the node points to the head itself. For an empty circular list, we have to set the head to the new node, and the next of the new node will be pointing to the head itself. Taking the various operations with circularly linked list, we'll be taking an example with insertion of a node at the beginning. We have seen similar operations of insertion and deletion with the singly linked list in the previous episodes. Let's understand the insertion at beginning for the circularly linked list. As the step 1, we have to create a new node with the given value. As seen on the screen, we have created a node with the given value, that is struct node star new node, that is the node that we are creating. The new node is being allocated the size dynamically, and we have allocated the value to the data part of the new node here. Coming to the next step, now we have to check whether the list is empty or not. If That is, we are checking that if the head is equal to null or not. If it is empty, then we have to set the head as the new node, and the new node's next part is set to the head, and we can see the code here. So if head is equal to null, then we will be putting the value of new node to the head variable, and the next of the new node is allocated with the value of head. If it is not empty, then we have to define a node pointer temp, and we initialize it with the value head. So in the code on the screen, we can see that we have a temporary node that we have created and allocated the value as head. Then as a step 5, we will keep moving the temp to its next node until it reaches to the last node. That is, we are moving until we find the next of the temp as head. So here you can see that while loop has been implemented here. So while temp's next is not equal to head, we will be keep moving with the next node. As the next step, we will be setting the new node next. That is, the next of the new node, we'll allocate it with head, and head will be allocated with the new node, and temporary's next value is allocated as head. That is being shown as the code here. Once we have followed all these steps, we can get it printed as insertion success, and with these 6 steps we can successfully insert a node at the beginning of the circularly linked list. As we have seen the various operations performed with the singly linked list, we can always perform the various operations like insertion at the end, insertion at the middle, deleting a node from the beginning, end and middle, similarly with the circularly linked list. That is all from today's episode of Circularly Linked List. The next in the episode would be the doubly linked list, having similar concept of various operations, insertion and deletion.